LKB TV back at it with another video, and today I will be talking about the rise of the resistance keeps on breaking down. I guess this is just what the source is telling me. Definitely, in my opinion, it's what Disney feared. The Disney mayhem on opening day, January 17th, the crowds flooded in by the numbers, by the numbers by the gates of Disneyland. By 12 a.m., I saw a couple of vlogs of people vlogging the opening day, and people were there, said that they were there before 12 a.m. Some people. That's just how popular this new attraction and new addition to Galaxy's Edge is, and where the fans are anticipating, of course, the brand new attraction at Galaxy's Edge. All of that crammed into one. I heard it's just these mind-dropping numbers that on opening day, all of this stuff happened. So, anyways, I have a reliable source with Fox News, and I actually believe that they are a reliable source in my opinion. So I'll just be talking about this news for you on this video. On opening day, the boarding group passes for the new ride sold out within 6 minutes. 6 minutes. I'm not lying. Within 6 minutes of opening, basically they rushed the crowds in at like 6 a.m. in the morning. And they let them stay at the hub, and they closed off all of the lands and let them stay in Main Street. And within 8:06 a.m. they sold out already for Rise of the Resistance. They were all out of boarding passes. It was pretty crazy just seeing the vlog of at 8 a.m. everyone on their phones trying to get to that join a boarding group on the Disneyland app. It's pretty insane about what happened on opening day. This is according to the Orange County Register reports. Fans reportedly started lining up starting at midnight for a chance to experience the new ride. The virtual queue opened at 8 a.m. Fans could sign up for the virtual queue on the Disneyland app, where they would be assigned a boarding group number, which ranged from 1 to 160. 1 to 160. Guests assigned a group number higher than 81 were reportedly placed on a standby status. The ride reportedly broke down just before 10 a.m. So less than 2 hours of operation of the opening day of Rise of the Resistance. At 10 a.m., this ride already broke down, and this has become a big problem. I don't care what you say, but Disney has got to fix this. Just before 10 a.m., the ride broke down and did not come back online for 50 minutes. Now, I heard some people say they were riding the ride, some of the animatronics weren't working, but they're all like, oh, that's fine. Well, that's not okay with me. You know, when I go to pay money, when I'm going to pay, $150 just to go for one day at Disneyland, I think these prices are outrageous. Disney's just overpricing everything, it seems like now. But when I go for that, and within like 6 minutes, it's already out of boarding group. I probably ride the ride like when it's close to closing times, and I don't get that full experience that they offer with the Rise of the Resistance. I don't care if it's the animatronic was. That's a big deal for me. If the animatronic is not working, that could is a potential sucks me out of this immersive experience, this attraction. So that's a big deal. I don't care what you say, it is a big deal. And didn't get up a line for 50 minutes. Another breakdown, another one. Now this multiple breakdowns in the opening day. Another breakdown occurred around 2:30 p.m. By this point, 61 boarding groups had moved through the ride, according to the Orange County Register. 2 times. We haven't even got past 5 p.m. and it's already 2 times where the ride has broken down. Now, this has been I don't know, every time I usually go to Disneyland, there's always one ride that breaks down. Mostly, it's always probably Winnie the Pooh or Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, but this better not be a big issue for Disneyland. They better get this fixed, whatever the problem is. And I know these trackless ride vehicles, they are like the new thing. And I get it, it's really hard to make this right. It took Disney a long time. I mean, they postponed it. It was supposed to be open. It was supposed to be open to the public on opening day of Galaxy's Edge. Pushed back 6-7 months, and for it to come down like this and to break down multiple times on opening day, it's a little scary for me. So hopefully it doesn't happen. I hope this isn't a recurring issue for Disney in the future. The news outlet reported that at around 5 p.m. Now, here, 5 p.m. Guests registered for boarding groups 115 and above were told it was unlikely they would experience the ride that day. Now, this is where the big stuff comes in. So if I'm paying one day, I just want a one day just to go and to experience the ride. I get my boarding pass. I'm in a boarding group, and Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance. They tell me that it's unlikely I'm going to ride the ride. The ride that the ride that I paid for, that the reason I went to Disneyland and paid 150, I don't know, probably more than that now. I paid so much money for, and they're telling me I can't ride the ride. I would go ludicrous. When you tell that to me, now I'm sure there's probably tons of unhappy people right now that probably it happened to them where the one reason they go to Disneyland is for the opening of Rise of the Resistance, and they don't even get to ride it, and it's a bummer. It really is. Just honestly, if it was my opinion, why don't you just if it was unlikely for them, that boarding group, to not ride that ride, the reason you bought that ticket to go into Disneyland to ride Rise of the Resistance, why don't you just let them on? I mean, come on, why don't you just pack out the line, let it go as let the line go as long as it wants. This is the big issue right here, is if someone pays a day ticket just to go on the ride and they don't get to go on the ride. That I would be so mad, so angry at Disneyland for that, to experience the ride that day. The new ride has experienced similar delays on Sunday, according to the outlet, and the park notified guests from certain the standby groups around 1:30 that they would not be experiencing the ride that day. Again, man, Disney's got to fix this. Disney, if whatever, how to fix it, I don't know, but this is what you guys feared. This is not what you guys want. I know I don't want it at all. I don't want to put anything on Disneyland. This just better not be an occurring issue where you're just having to tell guests that you can't ride the ride the reason they went to Disneyland. It's really, really a big shame, and I really, really feel bad for guests that paid their ticket to go to Rise of the Resistance and didn't get it. So with all that, it just comes with a kind of discouraging and encouraging news story for me, because I know Disneyland, they tend to fix what they mess up. Disneyland, they tend to fix what they mess up in their theme parks, and I really do have hope for Rise of the Resistance. People are already calling it the best Disney ride ever made in all of the parks. Again, I have hope for Disneyland that they're going to fix this, and so hopefully they'll maybe a better alternative for a boarding group. 6 minutes into it, already sold out for the day. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I believe Disney will fix it, but again, it has to get fixed ASAP. As soon as possible, Disney. As soon as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching. You are watching LKB TV, and I will see you next time.